After a vaginal birth, it's completely normal for your vagina and surrounding tissues to be swollen and sore. After all, you just labored for hours and pushed a 7 to 8 pound baby out of your vagina. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a powerful ice pack to help heal and soothe your lady parts after birth. I'm Annabelle Kearney, childbirth educator and physician assistant, and on this channel I talk about all things pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell down below so you don't miss a video. We spend so much time preparing to bring baby home that we often forget about preparing for ourselves. So you may have been doing some research and have already seen Freedom Mom Instant Maxi Pads for postpartum, but making your own Padsicles is way better. So what are Padsicles? Padsicles are basically just frozen maxi pads with super healing powers. The ingredients used for the Padsicles are what makes the magic happen, and they help reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling. So when you're about 36 to 38 weeks, I recommend to start prepping these Padsicles and storing them in the freezer where they're easily accessible. And regardless if you tear or not, these will feel so good and are super convenient because it allows mama to have both pad and ice pack at the same time. So what you'll need to make these Padsicles are a pack of maxi pads or heavy pads with wings, aloe vera, some witch hazel, and essential oil. So you'll also need a tablespoon and a large Ziploc baggie. First, let's talk about the pads. So something that's really important to me is quality, and whenever possible, I try to choose products that are of high quality, especially when it comes to the foods that we put into our bodies and on our bodies, because there's so many foods and products that contain unnecessary chemicals and additives that disrupt our hormones. So in this case, it's especially important because the pads are placed directly against our lady parts, and we just don't want any harmful chemicals being absorbed in such a sensitive area. So what you want to look for in a pad is for it to be organic cotton, fragrance, dye, and chlorine free. So two brands that I love and use are Lola and Natracare, and another great option would be 7th Generation or L Organic. And for this Padsicle, I am using the Lola brand in heavy ultra thin. So next up we have witch hazel. Witch hazel is a natural astringent extracted and distilled from leaves and bark, and it has natural anti-inflammatory properties and work to constrict blood vessels, so it's especially helpful if you have any hemorrhoids. So when looking for witch hazel, it's important that you get one that's alcohol-free and fragrance-free. So for this one, I am using Thayer's alcohol-free witch hazel toner. Next up, we have Lavender Essential Oil, which has antibacterial properties and helps reduce inflammation. And although it may seem very tempting to just buy any brand of essential oil because it's cheaper, I strongly suggest that you choose one based on its quality. So doTERRA, for example, is a popular one, known for its quality, but it is a little bit pricey. I actually really like and use Eden's Garden, and on top of it being more affordable, it's still very high quality and undergoes GCMS testing, which stands for gas chromatography mass spectrometry. It's basically just an analysis of the purity of the oil to ensure safety for use. And lastly, we have aloe vera gel. Aloe vera has so many benefits, but it's most known for its use on burns. Think of that time when you reached for aloe vera gel after getting a sunburn and found such huge relief. Each leaf of the aloe vera plant contains a thick gel-like compound that have antibacterial and antioxidant properties and help soothe and promote tissue healing. So when looking for an aloe vera gel, you want to make sure that the gel that you're using has a minimal list of ingredients and is free of any fragrances or dyes. So it should not be green like you've seen. The one that I'm using today is Earth's Daughter's Natural Aloe Vera Gel. And I did find a less expensive brand at Target, and it's just the Target brand, Up and Up. Great ingredients, 97.7% pure aloe vera gel, and there's no dyes. Okay, so now to make your Padsicles, what I'm gonna do first is put in 20 drops of lavender essential oil into this 12-ounce bottle of witch hazel. Then we're just gonna go ahead and swirl it around. Okay, so now leaving the packaging intact, you're just gonna go ahead and open up the pad. and expose that top cover, and then just remove that paper off of one of the wings so that that top cover is now exposed. Now, starting with the thinnest to thickest, we're gonna go ahead and just pour the witch hazel all the way across nice and evenly. What you don't want to do is make it super saturated because you still want it to absorb some of your blood. So I'm just gonna go over it twice. And then next, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of aloe vera gel. And just spread it across. And then using the back of the spoon, I'm just gonna go ahead and smear it all in there. And then you're just gonna go ahead and fold the wings back over. And then close it up. Using your Ziploc baggie, you're just gonna place it in, and then you repeat the whole process over again until you use the entire box, or you make however many. Just for reference, when I was pregnant, I prepared 20 of these, so an entire box of these for myself, and with the intention of using 4 pads a day for the first few days, and then as needed for the rest of the week. So at minimum, I'd say make at least 12, and you can always make more later. So some tips for using the Padsicles. So you want to let the pad thaw out a tiny bit by first taking the pad out of the freezer and then just letting it rest on the counter while you use the restroom. And because bleeding will be heavier during those first 3 days, you'll want to at least cleanse down there first with your peri bottle, then gently pat dry, then just pop one of these into the pair of disposable underwears that you're wearing. In the beginning, I recommend changing your pad every 3 to 4 hours. And depending on how you're feeling, you totally can make more as the days go on and just use them for as long as you'd like. Let's say you have hemorrhoids that still haven't healed. Go ahead and use it for 6 weeks or longer. So you now know how to make DIY Padsicles that are super soothing for your goods down there. And regardless if you tear or not, these will feel so good. The last thing that you want to do when you get home from giving birth is scramble around to make these or just be super uncomfortable because you didn't make these. I'll link everything that I used in the description box down below, and I hope that you have a smooth recovery. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up for me, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.